My quick understanding and analyzation of the show You on Netflix season 5. I'm gonna read it. These people are insanely good at doing what they do. In brackets, being themselves. They have been like this for decades, since their inner protector took over as kids. Trying to change them is literally impossible unless you want to be dragged through the mud or you're a psychiatrist. Even that, fully changing stroke healing is close to 1%, but don't quote me. Their psyche and instinct just knows to be them. Maybe they might be self-aware, but that does not guarantee change in behavior. Sad, I know. Nobody deserves to live that miserably in their own skin, including them. Unfortunately, in this case, it's either you or them, or just them. It doesn't have to be both of you. Let your self-preservation win in such a situation. You might not know how to choose yourself, and that's exactly why you should. It's sad for their inner child, yes, and you can empathize with that or not, because you don't have to, but still know you need to stay away or your own inner child will be eaten alive. And the death of your inner child in this case will be totally on you. What should you do, you ask? In my opinion, avoiding being in serious or frequent relations with such people. If you're trapped, reduce contact or stay service level. It's still hard, but try. Don't engage in the chaos. If you have to work with such people or interact, keep it direct, keep it civil. Don't give them any type of emotional energy, including negative, because they feed off anything. Learn to love yourself, all of you, especially your ugliness, your emptiness, and your irrelevance. Because if you don't, such people will see it, use that against you, because they understand it more than anyone else. So, see yourself, accept yourself. This is true accountability and fastest way to empower yourself. Paradoxically, understanding and accepting your shadow, owning you, is the ultimate way to actual self-love and self-acceptance. Hard, yes, but it's one of the biggest way to authenticity. Trust your intuition, trust your body, accept realities. Let me expand that. If you see a situation for what it is, accept it for what it is. Don't try to create your own story of what it is. Accept realities. Trust that you're worthy. Trust in your power. Face your wounds. Those wounds that make you feel not good enough, unlovable, not worthy. A lifetime process, but keep at it. Those wounds are your friends and enemies at the same time. As an adult, you get to choose which, consciously or unconsciously. You're enough. You don't need anyone to validate your existence. Stay safe, y'all. Now let's get into the video as I'm doing my makeup and reading out the other pointers. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Do my makeup. I don't know whether I don't think I'm gonna do a full face beat because I'm late. I need to be out of here by 5 because that's when I have asked the tuk-tuk driver to come and pick me, and it's currently 4:23. I wrote down all the notes that I got from you. I watched it yesterday and I'll just be reading points. I don't think I'm gonna explain unless it's parts that I feel I want to expound further, because I think my points are quite well stated. So I finished watching season 5 yesterday. I've watched every episode from season 1 to season 5. I was actually thinking of rewatching because now with the amount of knowledge I have, I think it came out first 6 years ago. Like, oh my gosh, I was such a different person. I had not had this much growth, this much experiences and Why is my concealer like piping out water? And I keep thinking it's my hands that have water. As you're watching this video, please understand that I am not putting out this information as a psychologist, as a psychiatrist, as a therapist. I'm not. I am sharing from how I have understood the film, as somebody who is a lot into self-development, healing, trauma, and has also gone through abusive relationships. Something close to whatever Joe is, not that extreme like where somebody is, but kind of a personality disorder. So yeah. I did do a minor in psychology in campus. It was not my major. I'm not a licensed therapist. Later I'm gonna go back to school for that, but let's just get into it. These are my life experiences, and also so they might be biased, and also my interpretation of the show, because it's art and you interpret art according to your life experiences, according to your consciousness, wherever you are as a person. So please share what you thought about it. This is what I have experienced, this is what I've learned, this is what I have educated myself in. Yeah, because it's so crazy things that I have experienced and educated myself in. I was seeing them in that show. Whoever wrote the show, the writers, I need to know if there was a psychiatrist on board, or like somebody who is like Joe on board, because yo. Trigger warning, this video is gonna talk about abuse. If you have watched you know that's kind of like the theme of the show, one of the themes. So trigger warning for that. And there's a whole rise of femicide in Kenya, and I think everywhere in the world. Women have always gone through these, some that are not even documented. This video in general though, it's gonna be about abusive relationships regardless of gender, because these people with personality disorders, it's not just men but we know that majority of men are the ones who cause this extreme harm, especially physically getting somebody out of here. But abuse also have other effects and can look different, such as emotional, mental, verbal, financial. Yeah, and with people who have personality disorders like this, that type of abuse encompasses of everything: physical, sexual, emotional, psychological, like everything. Okay, let me start reading. Follow me on Instagram. You saw these notes, I had posted them there, but I really wanted to do this video, create this voice, post this. I've always wanted to do such a video, and I'm gonna do more about that. Please, again, remember, I'm not a therapist. I am a viewer of the art and interpreting it based on my own experiences and lessons that I have learned through my life, and also others that I have seen. I started writing down these pointers at episode 8 because I was like, oh my god, I already had decided like an hour before that I want to do a review of the movie, because my mind was just blown on how accurate the writers are. But I started taking notes at episode 8 because I was like, what if I forget? Like, you know, once I'm done watching, like, I'm gonna forget moments that I want to highlight. So the first thing that I wrote, that is usually a huge red flag: moving fast. Joe was ready to propose to Bronte. I don't think they have even known each other for like 3 months. In the movie, I don't think they stated how long they have known each other, unless I missed it, but it's all in one like season, like, so it moves pretty quick. I think it's just a few months, and he wanted to propose. He actually proposed to her after a whole fire. Oh my god, these people are crazy, because who proposes when they literally were in a building that was burning down just so that they can blind you? If you've never been in such situations, you won't understand. And the future faking that Joe does, telling Bronte, oh my god, like I'm gonna buy you a castle, like let's go, can Henry come? Like it's a whole thing of, and the thing is, some of these people, they do believe what they're saying at that moment as they're saying. Some of them, some they know they're totally lying. Like psychopaths are they know they're lying. But somebody like Joe, again, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I think it's very easy for us to say that he's a psychopath. But I hugely believe like he's like an in-between of a sociopath and a malignant narcissist. Like just taking all of the Machiavellianism, oh my gosh, he is like the grandiosity, the lack of empathy, the entitlement, all that, the raging. It's between those two. He actually did think that, oh, Bronte is the one, but it's just a fantasy, it's not real. His trauma lets him idealize people and fantasize about them until he's like, oh yeah, I don't think so, and immediately that is shut down immediately. Okay, so there's that. The next point, I said I'm not gonna explain. He future fakes, that moving fast thing, the I love you, the moment he's like, tell me you love me, tell me you love me, that part. They just literally met, like, bro. Okay, showing you, this is the second point, showing you that you're their hero, but you're also a victim at the same time. In brackets, you're both looking to be saved. That's the thing. Joe was looking for the ultimate perfect person who is gonna love him with all his darkness and all this, and it was the same case with Bronte and most of other women that he has been with. And it's the same core wound in deep down, but they manifest very differently. Like with his trauma, how he responded as a kid is to be the person he is, and you responded to being more anxiously attached, like, or clinging, or like people pleasing, and that. So it just makes the perfect, quote unquote, perfect combination. And even you might believe like, oh my gosh, this is my person. Bronte was looking for somebody who will see her, who will validate her, who will like just allow her to rest. That's why I usually don't go for that thing of like, oh, I don't know, feminine, define feminine and a masculine man alpha. I am a lesbian, but even as a feminist, I don't like hearing those things. It's okay for you to want to have a partner who, you know, you're equal partners, somebody who knows this is where you struggle with, they come in and they help, somebody who is able to identify when you have gone through it and they're like, it's okay, I'll handle this. That's totally different from what was happening between Joe and Bronte. It's not the same thing. Because, you know, Bronte had that whole thing where she had to put her life on pause to take care of her mom because her mom was sick. They are both looking for somebody to save them. Sadly, nobody in this world can ever save you apart from yourself. They are just going about it totally differently. One believes they're looking for the ultimate maternal love, but once you become an adult, you realize, I'm looking for my powder puff. You realize that the maternal love that you're looking for, and that wound of wanting to be loved so badly and wanting to be chosen so badly, only you now can give yourself that maternal love. One, not because other healthy people, like, they would not be able to do that, like they literally can't, because nobody is perfect. It's also like it's your inner child. You know, as a child looks at their mother as a perfect human being. And sadly, human beings are not. So having that experience when you are in an adult, it's always gonna get you into trouble because you're gonna create a dynamic of dual mothership that is not healthy at all, and one that might have one person who is there to take advantage and is not there to equally pour as much or want to do or give the same thing that you want. He keeps flipping between angry and calm, loving and despising, victim and hero. If you watched the whole season, I'm looking for my powder puff. Where you go? Where is she? I'm just gonna have to use a brush because I'm running out of time, child. If you watched the whole series, and please be mindful if these are things that you see in your dynamics, not just romantic relationships, family, friendships, work, yeah, of course use your discernment. I'm not saying everybody who does these things is like abusive or toxic, but like I'm just saying use your discernment. I'm just sharing. I hope this is not Bible truth. Use your discernment to learn, because they're doing these things but they're not per se harmful or something, so use your discernment. He keeps flipping back and forth between he's a victim, he's also a hero at the same time, and this is because the hero-ness needs to come from his defense mechanism, his grandiosity. The victim also, it's still kind of connected to that, but also because he was a victim of abuse and neglect in his childhood, and those are the parts that really keep you trapped, really keep you hooked, because somebody is really good at once and really bad and the victim the next minute. So it's like a helpless kid. When they're a hero, like you're like, oh my gosh, you soak it all in. When they're a victim, your maternal instincts get triggered. And maternal instinct is not just for a woman, even a man, even men have maternal instincts. So the same way women too have paternal instincts. So please, I hope you know it's not per se gender based. Done most of my makeup off camera. I'm just finalizing because I've realized I am explaining and I'm yapping and I don't have time. So I'm just gonna read the rest exactly how I have written them, no explanation. If you guys would like to discuss further, we can do that in the comment section. So let me just open my notes up very quickly. Keeps, okay, I already talked about that. Oh my gosh, I've only done 3 points that whole time I was talking. I'm such a yapper. Uses everyone and everything as a pawn, even his child. He didn't do that so much, but he still did. And most of people who are like this, they're gonna go extra to do that with their kids. So if you're trying to co-parent or you're living such a person, just be ready, stay prepared. Read on it. Shit talking Kate and the Lockwoods to Bronte. Yes, the things that he was talking about, like the Lockwoods, they have their own shit, but he was doing triangulation and making Bronte think that Kate is the villain, they're the problem, they're using him. They do that a lot. So stay aware. And there's a difference between somebody expressing their truth and shit talking. That is triangulation, what he was doing. Bronte walked in wanting to take him down, then ended up loving him because he seemed like a victim and she believed she could fix him. She was just like, show me who you are, let her out, let whatever your block is, all that. Let me finish my makeup. I've already talked about triangulation. The next one is that your trauma stroke unseen, unacknowledged, unaware wounds are the exact thing that will get you trapped in abusive relationship. So love you, see you and hold you. This is not to blame anyone. If somebody abuses you, that's on them. I'm talking about before it gets to that stage where they actually doing that. And I'm not talking about instances where it's just plain out attacked. I'm talking about when you're dating someone. You guys get me, right? People like Joe always have a story that justifies their actions. Save your breath and time, unless you are a psychologist. And laughing emoji, because like literally their actions are justified. They have already justified them in their heads, and even if they hadn't, once you confront them, they will justify it, and they will never take accountability. It's just a waste of time. They will not acknowledge, and if they do, there's a catch. It's all part of whatever psychological game they're playing. The line, oh, this scene, two scenes in season 5 that were crazy. It's the scene, the last few minutes in episode 8 and episode 9. Episode 9 and episode 10. The last one, the last 2 episodes. Whew. The one that Marianne comes up. So I wrote the line by Marianne: the way he sees you, the way he loves you, even when you don't love yourself. You ignore that voice because it feels so good to love him and be loved by him. Again, dual mothership. I've forgotten the psychological name. Oh, the co-idealization. I've forgotten that whole name right now. It's not coming to my mind. I don't want to like dwell on that. But yeah, love him and be loved by him. It's you and him against the world. Danger. If you ever hear somebody telling you that, side eye. Hi Donut. It's a dog. Yeah. Okay, that right there. The fairy tale. The need to be seen and chosen. Perfect representation of maternal love, in bracket, core childhood wounds. That's what I wrote. Another point, you're not dumb. This is also Marianne who said this to Bronte. You're not dumb. As long as you're alive, it's not too late. Trying to tell Marianne, even if you fall for all that, the charm, or whatever, you can still live. As long as you're still alive, you can. It's never too late. Beginning episode 10, the way I think I was about to say the way Joe says that he deserves this love. This is so pure. You know, after he thought he had killed Kate and Bronte saved him, this is so pure despite knowing it's not true. This is a perfect representation of entitlement and lack of self-esteem at the same time. If you give them something, they will believe they deserve it, not because you chose to give it to them. That entitlement, like you can love them, you can do anything to them, but they will believe, duh, of course, I'm the greatest, I deserve this. It's not that you chose. They will see it as you are the one who's choosing to do that. Okay, let me most of the time it will be their downfall. Wait, let me see. Yeah, if you give them something, they will believe they deserve it, not because you chose to give it to them. And it doesn't have to be like a tangible thing. It can be your emotional energy, blah blah blah, whatever. Most of the time it will be their downfall, because it can make them easily manipulatable, or so they will think, and will still resent you even if you're not manipulating them. It's that one thing. It's so easy. It can blind them that they can also get manipulated by that. But also, even if you're not manipulating them, they will still resent you for loving them. Oh my god. Or doing anything nice to them, because they also do the same thing to you. So even when they're loving it, Joe was the perfect representation. You could have thought for sure he loves Bronte or any other woman he has had this fixation on, but he actually doesn't. The same thing, him loving you, he will resent himself for doing that same thing. Because there's a part where he was saying, I was so delusional to think that I could believe her, and I could trust love, blah 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 blah. Okay. Cause they don't think it's real, cause they are not real with you, so they are projecting. Get it? Okay, that is the paragraph that I want to read aside at the beginning of the video. That will be, I feel like my whole body after writing that paragraph, this whole thing, but this specific one that I'm gonna read later, it was just like the last point before I close off. He literally tried to convince Bronte to shoot him just so he can avoid facing the consequences of his actions, all to avoid accountability and facing himself. He said, I can't live with myself. The point where he was telling Bronte the police were closing in on him and he was like, just shoot me, I deserve to die, because he knew going to prison will cause the greatest narcissistic injury, collapse, mortification, all those things. It was like, you would rather take me out. And if he was by himself, I'm sure he would have taken himself out. He jumped in front of the gun so he could be shot by Bronte just to avoid accountability. These type of people are self-sacrificial. They will literally be okay, and it's not the self-sacrificing that you will do in a relationship when you're losing yourself, or in a friend, like, not like that. I mean, like, literally themselves, to themselves. It's like they are a sacrifice to themselves, because they are God and sacrificing their godness to themselves. I don't know if you guys get me. It's the last straw for them to take control of their life. I'm not saying everybody who is the same case, but I'm just talking about this specific show and people like this. Okay, yeah, where was I? This type of people are self-sacrificial. They will literally be okay with losing their life and can go to the extent of taking it themselves just to avoid humiliation, consequences, shame, and or just facing the reality of their lies. Luckily, Bronte shot him in an unfatal place and he got to go to jail, which is exactly what he was avoiding. What a narcissistic collapse or mortification. Just wow. I don't know which it is between the two, but it's one of the two or both. There's another point that I didn't read that I was talking about media and how Joe manipulated the media. These people are so freaking good. Like, you guys have to be so aware of these things outside. I feel like my life, when I learned these things and I experienced some of these things, like, I feel like I live a totally different life. My reality, my innocence in the world and people got just snatched. But I'm better. I think it's necessary kind of part of, no, I'm not the abuse, like being aware of this. So you don't have to go through these things to learn through other people's experiences, learn through art, learn from hearing. Like, it's deeper than it, because it's your subconscious mind that runs. Even if you're an adult, your inner child has so much to do with the type of life that you live. There's a point I had written about the media and stuff, but I don't know where it is, and trying to change the narrative and playing a victim and a hero at the same time. If you guys know, when he killed Bronte's friend, at first he played a victim, then played a hero, and people believed him. I can't find that point on my notes. Oh, here. I don't know why I didn't read it. Did I read it? Playing victim or hero with the media, whichever gets the job done. Absolute lack of accountability, just pure deflection, avoidance, projection, and again, playing a victim. Like, if you watched that whole thing, you know. Now let me read the other part that was okay. What do you take away from this? I'm gonna read that. I think I'll insert it in the beginning of the video, but this is a bit of my, you know, analysis on season 5 of You, inspired by life experiences and knowledge that I have learned and lessons that I have taken in general. And yeah, educate yourself, stay aware, knowledge is power. Yeah, take charge of your life, take your power back. Like, it literally all lies in you, and you don't have to figure it out, because figuring your life out, it's a lifelong like process. You'll never get to a point where you have everything figured out, but I think having the knowledge makes the process easier. But yeah, sending you guys love. Go and watch You if you haven't. This is not an ad. yeah, bye. Let me go for my solo date because I'm so late. It's currently 5:01. No, 5:21. Oh my gosh. The name is gonna be here in literally a few. Okay, bye.